Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is Dalton, Adultinian95, coming to another Age of the Primes video, and today I've got to say, Amazon strikes again, both in delivering the figure, fairly early compared to, some other places, but in also sending it in a paper bag, kind of smashed up. Again, I'm not keeping these boxes, but still, this runs the risk of damaging the product, and it just seems like Amazon just doesn't care. So I don't know what, I don't know, maybe I should just stick with ordering from BBTS or something, I don't know. But anyways, there's Lifeline. Awesome artwork. I've gone at length in my streams how excited I am for this guy. So there's 3 of the primes he could be descended from, being Quintus, Amalgamus, or Onyx. There's the back, 16 steps. You got all the stuff here, so let's go ahead and get them opened and check them out. And here we have Flatline out of his packaging, and yeah, as much as I was hyped about it, it lives up to the hype, at least in my opinion. Just the color scheme on this guy is incredible. Anything black, red, silver, I think goes really hard, especially on Decepticon characters. I mean, even Autobots like Trailbreaker, just, this looks awesome. I wouldn't have minded a little bit of extra silver here on the chest, or even some gunmetal gray, like maybe on these sections of the brush guard, or maybe the perimeter of it, or even just the center piece. Just a little bit of something to break up the black and red, just to make it pop a little bit more. But still, I am very happy with the result of how this turned out, especially being just a head swap with a new left hand of Red Alert here. So, like, just a literal night and day contrast between the two. And he works as a Decepticon medic, so I'd have him probably on the shelf next to Breakdown and Knockout. But yeah, incredible colors. I mean, most of the red matches up pretty well. I mean, it's all painted red. There is no molded red plastic other than the translucent. As far as accessories go, I mean, of course, this is technically an accessory because it wasn't built into the main mold. Would have been nice if Red Alert came with it, but canonically he doesn't have a left hand. So, I mean, that allows you to swap out, for the laser scalpel here, which of course these are still both blast, or at least this one is still blast effect compatible. You got this triple barreled piece here, and of course, the main sidearm or weapon that he has. So, of course, you can plug those in, have a little triple barrel blaster, or maybe some sort of precision weapon. Or, you get this little capture claw thing based on the original toy that the original launcher had. Or if you really want to go nuts, let's just go ahead and fire a fist at people. Why not? If RID Optimus can do it, Flatline can do it. I mean, talk about a rocket punch. So, go ahead and I guess show off, how he looks with, like with the laser scalpel. It looks pretty good, but it's just so synonymous with Red Alert that it just doesn't feel quite right, giving him these attachments as replacements for his hand. Maybe the claw can work. It gives me a, live action Spectre Gadget vibes. So, go ahead and just replace the fist as it is. And then just to call back to both IDW instances of Flatline, go ahead and plug these onto these little ports here that were used on Red Alert as well. You give him kind of that Trailbreaker-y look that he had in the IDW More Than Meets the Eye comics. I'm not sure if he had that in the movie tie-in comics, but at least in the main IDW universe, that's kind of how he looked, because it was loosely based on Trail Cutter, same with the Earth Wars design. Go ahead and give him his blaster. Then just take a close look at that head sculpt, because that is such a cool head sculpt. Like, it may be generic, but it just looks so badass. And then the light piping on this figure is just awesome. Like the whole back of the head is light piping, so it captures light really well. Of course, you got that gunmetal gray for the rims. I believe, yeah, just regular silver there. Some silver on the forearms for those, I guess, like ladder or pipe details. You got the gunmetal silver there. Some red on the knees. Silver on the feet. Of course, the translucent red, silver and red back here. You got the little EKG monitor, which, you know, looks really good. Of course, you got these 3 markings here, which weren't painted on Red Alert, but looks really good there on Flatline. And, you know, articulation is exactly the same. So you get a ball jointed head, albeit mine is very tight, so I don't want to break the translucent plastic. You get tight shoulder joints all the way out, or all the way around, in and out. You get a bicep swivel, double jointed elbows. Again, very tight, so I might need to take a screwdriver and loosen that screw up just a little bit. You get wrist swivel. Of course, that one's a swivel because it is a 5mm peg. You get waist rotation, although it is a little bit limited by his backpack. Forward and back, all the way out to there, which that's fine. Thigh swivel, you get 90 at the knee, and if you use the transformation joint on the shin, kind of simulate a double jointed knee. It looks really weird. Of course, you get forward and back at the ankle, and about 45, a little bit over 45-degree ankle tilt. So, got that. And I'm not sure if I want to have the arms more down like that for Flatline, or keep them flared out like Red Alert. Oh. Or maybe just have, you know, have them a little bit asymmetrical. But yeah, I can't get over how good this looks. It's nice to have a new character, or like a character that's never really had a toy before. So just seeing something like this, seeing Hasbro revisit some of the comic universes like this, just give us characters who've never had a toy, is just awesome. So we'll go ahead and remove these, and of course they do have storage, but I will keep these out just for the sake of showing them off in vehicle mode. So we'll take this piece, open this up. There's that little peg right there, little channel right there that you can plug that little claw into. And just for any reference, just like on Red Alert, there is spots here on these leg panels to store the weapons. And yeah, so he still has full capability of having both arms for vehicle mode. So let's go ahead and get into that. Bring the head back, open up this panel, flip this out, flip the head down, close that back up, bring this back, flip this forward. We'll take the launcher here, which, yeah, I'll show it when we go into robot mode last time. Flip that out, take the arms, bring them up, and actually one pointed down like that. So rotate at the bicep, bring it up, and that will connect. And then the arms will just double up on themselves using that double joint. Take that and that. From here, close up the ankles or the heels, bring the feet down, and then we'll just use this joint to collapse it on itself. And bring this whole section back. And these will kind of peg into the top here, while also tabbing onto the side of the vehicle. So just like that, and that. We just close up. Oh, actually, I did that backwards. Let's go ahead and close up the doors first. There we go. Bring this up. Tab in. Tab that all in. It's also a matter of getting behind the door panel there. There we go. there, we have Flatline in vehicle mode. We can just add these sections up here, because again, it's the same thing that the game model had on Earth Wars. So there's that. And of course, here he is with Red Alert. As you can see, just how similar and at the same time different they are. So you get a very nice color scheme. Again, I love the color scheme on this figure. I mean, Red Alert looks fantastic, but, you know, I've been used to this color scheme for the past 20 years. This is a whole new color scheme on this mold, and it just looks gorgeous. Also take this off, and just like the other, flip it forward. And then we'll keep that on there just to keep that kind of aesthetic going. So, here we go. And of course, you can still use this center, or this light bar, as a weapon itself. And I think, no, you can't really do it there. So I'm assuming that's eventually going to be for a Minicon, because I don't see what else they could put there. I mean, I guess you could use it as a weird antenna, but that's 100% going to be a spot for Minicon. So, but yeah, I just looks so good, rolls amazingly still. I mean, just pinned on wheels with these kind of off-road tires on a soft surface like this. It's fantastic. Just, I love that. The rumble. It not diagnosed with autism or anything, but it makes that part of my brain go brr. But I love it. All right, so getting back into robot mode from here. Go ahead and split these. Bring them down. Bring down the legs. Flip out the heels. Here we go. Of course, bring up the camera because I forgot to do that. Flip that out. These sections out here. Go ahead and take that out. Bring out the arms. Fold that up. Bring that down, open that, flip the head out, flip that piece in, down, put the arms, of course, all the way down, bring them up, there we go, and for the finishing touches, we'll bring this up, out to the side like that, put this right there. Put that in the blaster. I guess we could just give him the little claws like a little medical tool. So there is Flatline back in robot mode. So I guess now we get on to final thought. So when it comes to my final thoughts on Age of the Primes Red Alert, I gotta say he is probably one of my favorite figures to come out of the line so far. I know I've said that about Red Alert, but as far as the color scheme goes, the fact that it's a character who's never had a toy ever, and just the awesome head sculpt that comes along with it, this figure really stands out for me, and it's great. Like, more characters like this who have never had figures before, I'd be all over it. Please make something like that happen, Hasbro. And of course, you know, keep coming out with stuff that we also want to see return, like E-Hobby, Sunstorm. That still needs to happen. But yes, give us the rest of the DJD that have never had official toys. Give us some of these characters in the comic that have never seen the light of day as far as a figure goes. Just keep doing stuff like that, and I think you'll have a lot of fans very happy. Of course, you can't please everybody, but I'd be all for it for more awesome stuff like this. So keep putting out awesome stuff like this, and I will definitely be there to pick it up. So Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I really enjoyed this figure. Let me know what you think of Flatline down below. Be sure to check out my playlist for Age of the Primes as well as Studio Series. I've got quite a backlog of stuff to put out, so I will be trying to do 2 of these videos every week along with the bi-weekly episodes of Axelon Outpost. We had to postpone the last episode. Co-host unfortunately couldn't make it, and then a couple of our others, couldn't make it either. So hopefully get everything all squared away, but no worries, all good. So definitely look forward to the next episode when that comes out. So hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see y'all next one. So long, take care.